Hello, church. So here's our devotional for Thursday, June 19th. We will be concluding Psalm 81 today. Some really good pieces from James Mays that I'm delighted to be sharing with you and challenged by myself. To pick back up, so Psalm 81 starts with this fairly familiar call to a festive celebration. It's calling Israel together. And then we have this shift where God, in the first person, and I think James Mays used to find the divine singular, starts talking to Israel and kind of laying out this speech for them. We're going to be hearing the conclusion of that speech. I'm going to capture the portion that I finished with yesterday just so we can do that in its entirety. We raised the question yesterday of idolatry and modern idols. If you are around for the Jeremiah series, Walter Brueggemann, who recently passed away, and one of the most significant Old Testament scholars, in my opinion, and in many's opinion, that we've had, particularly in the 20th century. So Brueggemann in Jeremiah uplifts what he perceives as to modern idolatries coming out of Jeremiah and Israel's failure to listen, which you're going to be hearing more about. On one side, Brueggemann has this, what he refers to as an ideology of exceptionalism. The thinking that because God has claimed Israel, that they are going to be protected and do not need to worry about the fall of the kingdom, which is pretty much what Jeremiah is saying. This is done, and we're going to be taken away, and there's a remnant. It's not real cheery. There's going to be a remnant. On the other side of that, the modern idolatry that Walter Brueggemann uplifts is autonomy, self-governance, self-determination. It is always for Israel through listening to God, and particularly in Jeremiah, listening to Yahweh is the phrase that he uses most often. Listening is the way that we need to move forward to determine where God is leading and calling us. So still very significant applications for us as modern readers, and really doing the work of discernment and prayer and trust with the grace of God. So here we go. And like I said, I'll start a little bit before I'll start with the conclusion that I'd used yesterday, just to give you a little more background there. I hear a voice I had not known. I relieved your shoulder of the burden. Your hands were freed from the basket. In distress you called, and I rescued you. I answered you in the secret place of thunder. I tested you at the waters of Meribah. Hear, O my people, while I admonish you. O Israel, if you would but listen to me. There shall be no strange God among you. You shall not bow down to a foreign God. I am the Lord your God, who brought you up out of the land of Egypt. Open your mouth wide, and I will fill it. But my people did not listen to my voice. Israel would not submit to me. So I gave them over to their stubborn hearts to follow their own counsels. Oh, that my people would listen to me, that Israel would walk in my ways. Then I would quickly subdue their enemies and turn my hand against their foes. Those who hate the Lord would cringe before him, and their doom would last forever. I would feed you with the finest of the wheat, and with honey from the rock I would satisfy you. There's I don't know if you've ever run across them, but there's a cappella African American group called Sweet Honey in the Rock that's done some really neat stuff. So, James Mays. And last time we did his commentary on the first section. Now we're getting into the second section. In its second part, the speech turns from the theme of the Lord as Israel's God to Israel as the people of the Lord. God recalls Israel's unresponsiveness and how he dealt with it, and then utters a fervent wish that Israel would respond so that the blessings of covenant obedience could be theirs. It is significant that the speech does not charge the present congregation with failure. Instead, it talks about Israel's refusal to hear and respond willingly as a continuation of the story about the past. Israel's not listening is a permanent part of their story, and the story reminds them who they really are as they assemble for the festival. The effect of the speech is to constitute the festival as a time of decision that is like the time Israel stood at the foot of Sinai to hear the voice of God, and like the time beyond the Jordan when Israel listened to the preaching of Moses. The festival is a time to decide anew whether they will continue the story of their past recalcitrance or will listen to the Lord and walk in his ways. If they will listen to the Lord, he will give them protection, the yet unrealized blessings of covenant faithfulness. Psalm 81 is thus a paradigm for what should happen in every religious festival. Festivals are times when the people of God consider the story of God's way with them and their way with God. Times to face the appeal of the Lord, oh, that my people would listen to me. Wow. You didn't just see it, but I just punted the ball. Way to go, James Mays. Very, very good lesson. And here's our conclusion from Peterson in the Message. Listen, dear ones, get this straight. Oh, Israel, don't take this lightly. Don't take up with strange gods. Don't worship the latest in gods. I'm God, your God, the very God who rescued you from doom in Egypt, then fed you all you could eat, filled your hungry stomachs. But my people didn't listen. Israel paid no attention. So I let go of the reins and told them, run, do it your own way. Oh, dear people, will you listen to me now? Israel, will you follow my map? I'll make short works of your enemies, give your foes the back of my hand. I'll send the God haters cringing like dogs, never to be heard from again. You'll feast on my fresh baked bread, spread with butter and rock pure honey. So, hope you enjoyed Psalm 81. We'll be back for Friday and Saturday with as we get into Psalm 82. We have the yard sale and Make Music Upper Perk coming up on Saturday, June 21st. And then we'll also are currently in the process of getting ready for our VBS week and look forward to journeying to Egypt along with the kids and we'll be playing around with the story of Joseph a little bit. So have a wonderful day. We'll be back with you tomorrow, and take care. Bye-bye.